You were polite, you were understanding, you tried to keep the peace, and somehow you were still disrespected. That wasn't bad luck. That was psychology. From a young age, many of us are taught that being nice leads to acceptance. Be agreeable. Be understanding. Don't cause conflict. But psychology shows something uncomfortable. Niceness doesn't always create respect. Sometimes it does the opposite. Today, we're breaking down why being nice often backfires, how the brain interprets it, and why people so often confuse kindness with weakness. First, let's get something straight. Niceness and kindness are not the same thing. This is the core of the entire issue. Niceness is about avoiding discomfort. It's about keeping things smooth on the surface, even if it means sacrificing your own needs or feelings. It's rooted in empathy and a desire for what's truly best for yourself and for others. Think about it this way. Nice behavior prioritizes harmony above all else. Kind behavior prioritizes honesty. Psychologically, people respond very differently to each. When you're always nice, you send a signal of extreme flexibility. You're signaling that your boundaries are soft, that you can be pushed, and that you'll likely concede to avoid a confrontation. But when you're kind, you're signaling that you have clear boundaries. Kindness can be firm, it can say no. It can deliver a hard truth with compassion. And here's the kicker. The brain, on a deep, instinctual level, respects boundaries far more than it respects a constant need for approval. Boundaries create a sense of safety and predictability. Niceness just creates ambiguity. This leads us to why the brain actively tests nice people. When you're consistently nice, when you never push back, people subconsciously start to probe your limits. This isn't usually because they're evil or malicious. It's because the human brain is wired to look for rules and structure. It needs to know where the lines are, so it conducts little experiments. It might start with a small favor that's a bit of an inconvenience for you. Then maybe a subtle joke at your expense. Then a slight act of disrespect, like interrupting you or dismissing your opinion. Each of these tests is unconsciously asking one simple question. Will this person tolerate more? If there's no resistance, no pushback, no consequence, the brain updates its internal rulebook. The new rule becomes, there are no consequences here. This person's boundaries are optional. This is the precise mechanism by which being endlessly nice so often leads to being taken for granted, and eventually being disrespected. You've unintentionally taught people that your limits don't need to be honored. Now, for many people, this isn't a conscious choice. They don't stay nice because they want to. If growing up, any form of conflict, disagreeing, stating a need, expressing a negative emotion led to some form of punishment, withdrawal of love, or intense emotional tension in your environment, your brain did what it's designed to do. It adapted to survive. It learned a powerful equation. Safety equals compliance. Agreeableness equals peace. You soften your needs saying things like, it's not a big deal, but ... You over-accommodate others, putting their comfort far ahead of your own. This isn't because you're inherently weak. It's because your nervous system learned a survival strategy that says keeping the peace at any cost is the key to staying safe. Your niceness became a shield. But here's the hidden cost of niceness. The part that brews beneath the surface. Resentment. When your needs are consistently ignored, when your voice is constantly silenced, even by yourself, resentment builds. It's an inevitable byproduct of self-abandonment. But a core rule of the nice person playbook is that you don't express negative emotions like anger or resentment. So what happens? You suppress it. You push it down. Psychologically, suppressed resentment doesn't just disappear. It has to go somewhere. It leaks out sideways. It transforms into things like chronic emotional exhaustion, where you just feel drained all the time for no clear reason. It shows up as a sudden withdrawal from people you were once close to. Or it manifests as a sudden, confusing detachment where you just emotionally check out. People around you get confused. They might even say, "You've changed. You're not as warm as you used to be." But the truth is, you didn't change. You just finally stopped abandoning yourself to please them. The dam of suppressed feelings finally broke. This brings us to the final, most difficult step, learning to be assertive. When a person who has been nice their whole life starts setting boundaries, it feels incredibly wrong. It's uncomfortable, awkward, and can be terrifying. Your brain, which has equated agreeableness with safety for years, mistakes this new discomfort for genuine danger. Setting a boundary and saying no can trigger a wave of guilt. If I'm not agreeable, I will be rejected. But real, lasting self-respect isn't built on getting approval from others. Psychology shows us it's built through consistency. Specifically, consistency between what you feel on the inside and what you allow on the outside. It's about aligning your actions with your own needs and values. So let's be clear. Being nice isn't the problem. Losing yourself in the process of being nice, that's the problem. And remember this. Boundaries delivered without cruelty are not aggression. They are simply clarity. They are a gift to you and to the people around you because everyone knows where they stand. The moment you stop trying to be liked by everyone, you open the door to gain something far more important: respect. Respect from others, and most importantly, respect from yourself. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more insights into the psychology of our daily lives. See you in the next one.